Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Sorcery. Previously, we made a killing in the markets by taking full advantage of the time loop. We sold my legendary sword for more than 40 gold, and then we went over and bought the same sword when it was still in the blacksmith's inventory for exactly 40 gold. So I made a killing on that, and we bought some new supplies, including a bow and some silver-tipped arrows, which are made for killing the undead, which is lucky because we're about to go into the necropolis. We also found Lord Theta, the blind beggar, and he gave us his password, his spell line for the North Gate, and he also told us that his line is the first line of the four, so that was very helpful. Now then, let's begin. The graveyard. You are standing in the grounds of the necropolis, a city within the city, occupied by the headstones and mausoleums of the dead. Somewhere between the yews and cedars you can make out the wide road that loops through the graveyard before turning uphill as it heads for the far gate. The wind whistles between the tall trees. The sun is setting behind the wall. Right, so we did get that compass from the gnome trader in the hovel. Apparently it points to what it thinks I want, so we can check it out, use the compass. You pull out the compass and consult the needle. It spins around twice, then points at the depths of the graveyard. Okay. Right, we did hear that the noble would probably be in the richer tombs. Right, these newer tombs seem small. Like, these look like a row of headstones to me, but the older tombs, though, these seem like larger catacombs. So let's try these. You wind your way between the headstones to reach the oldest area of the graveyard, in the corner nearest to the city wall. Most of the stones here are now mere rubble. A few statues lie face down in the mud. A tree has split through a carved stone coffin. Find the oldest grave, search for grave goods, head back to the path. Okay, I feel like if I started defiling the graves and looking for stuff to pilfer, I'd be assailed by angry ghosts and or zombies. I mean, I do have 10 whole arrows to fight them off with, but God, I don't even know what I could get of value, so let's find the oldest grave. You soon find what looks to be the oldest tomb. It is a small mausoleum with a low roof supported by ornately carved pillars. An inscription reads, "Here lies Loreg, founder of Kare." You feel the hairs on the back of your neck rise. Here's the grave of the man whose ghost you met at the gate. Right, I can only wonder what the dialogue would be if I hadn't yet gotten to the gate and I was on the first go-through and I hadn't done the time loop yet. Okay, look at the mausoleum. The tomb is a simple stone cabinet carved with the likeness of a man. From centuries of rain and wind, you can make out nothing of it but a long, grisly beard. Below the inscription is a longer tablet, but it is half-weathered and covered in moss. Clear the inscription. You clear away the dirt from the carved inscription, but you still cannot make out the words. Only trace their outlines with your finger. The eyes of the carved statue appear to be watching you. Make a rubbing. Do I even have paper? Okay. For a rubbing of the inscription, you would need some kind of charcoal to rub with, and you have nothing that will do. God, I don't even know where I'd even get charcoal. Crap. Examine the carved man. You look closer at the carved man. Clearing away the spiderwebs, the dirt and mud, you can make out a little more of his features. It is Loreg, all right. You head away from the tomb. Okay, let's go to the newer tombs then. Right, actually this does make sense. We're looking for a noble who died recently, didn't we? Aren't we? After all, Sansus and Theta are all alive. There are several tombs here. There must have been a recent plague on the rich of the city. They are scattered around in roughly alphabetical groups. Oh! God, oh... Which one was the one who haunts the mausoleum? I have it in my notes, I'm sure. Let's see here. Shinva. Okay. Looking for S. Anagile to Farat, Gul to Neferet, Oxel to Tamarin, Uxor to Yiz. S is between O and T, right? QRSTUV. Yeah. Wait. Did I just forget the name of the noble I'm looking at? Look, I'm really bad at names. Molus. Wait. Shinva. Wait. Hold on. There's two ones. Okay, Shinva's in the necropolis. Molus, though. A living corpse who torments the citizens of Kare. The hell? Okay, we're looking for Shinva, so I was right. Oxel to Tamarin. You look from one headstone to the other. A few catch your eye, though you cannot immediately say why. Praya's gravestone, Reef's tomb, Shinva's mausoleum. Here we go. Wait, something happened? You approach Shinva's mausoleum. Carved above its doors, here rests Lord Shinva, 5th noble of Kare. Your heart hammers. Is this the undead noble you were warned you would need to find? I swear I just saw my rations update, but I don't know why. Okay. Oh, interior cell here. The door to Shinva's mausoleum seems to be unlocked, and is a crack ajar, as though someone regularly came and went. Just in front of it is a ring of little mushrooms growing up against the front step of the mausoleum. A ring? Like a circle? Look at the ring. You crouch down to look at the mushrooms. They look highly poisonous, not least because you cannot see a single insect crawling around or under any of them. Unusually, the ring itself is also perfectly circular in shape. In its center, something silver glints, a stake pushed into the soft soil. Yeah, no, do not put any of my extremities near that circle. This is a trap. Though I do wonder if I could cast a spell to, magic the stake to me. I don't think I have anything like telekinesis, though. Okay, make a move. It is too cold to stand still in the shadow of the wall. Right. Walk into the tomb, jump over ring. Oh god. Okay, look. We might be running into combat here, so I need to heal up a bit. Let's see. Rations. Eat the bomba. Nice. Feel a bit more comfortable now. Jump over the ring. You take a run up and jump clear over the circle of mushrooms, landing on the step of the mausoleum. Nice. Shinva's tomb. The air inside is freezing. Dust coats the floor. Urns line the walls, but there is no coffin. The floor space is empty except for in the far corner, where a narrow stone staircase leads down into darkness. Darkness, eh? Well, I have a spell for that. Let's see here. What was it? Sun? I think it's sun. Create light with a sun jewel, and it's free to cast too. You cast the spell, and the sun jewel in your pack begins to throw and ebb. growing brighter and brighter until it fills the room with a pale but brilliant light that reveals the mausoleum for what it is. Old stone and dust, and nothing worse than that. Your spirits soar. Make a move. Skulls peer at you from the walls. Down the stairs. Oh, yeah, that looks like where Shinva would lie. Oh, I'm excited. Unafraid of what you might find below, you make your way towards the stairs. But you must have stepped on some kind of switch, as behind you hear a noise, and you turn to see the door is swinging shut. Run for it, try to block it, let it close. Stay calm. I'm sure I can open it later. Let it close. You stay back, not wanting to be crushed by the heavy stone door. It seals with a bang. In the dark. Can I go down? The echo of the slamming door circles the room. Your light forms a pool around your feet. Pray for aid. Feel the door for catches. Cast a spell. Make a move. Make a move. I want to go down. Something rushes across your boots and into a crack in the stone. Just a little mouse friend. We're good. Maybe there is a way out below. You head for the stairs once more, holding your light out in front of you. Downwards. You make your way cautiously down the ancient stairs, into the dead earth. The walls are damp, and there is a foul smell of decay. The only sound is a dripping coming from somewhere in the depths. The crypt. You emerge into a large dark chamber lit only by the light from your sun jewel. A coffin occupies the center of the room, covered over by dust and spider webs. Right, we know Shinva's ghost haunts this place. Maybe if we're respectful in our approach, wait and watch. You hang back, taking a few breaths to ensure the room is silent. That's when you hear the sound, a moan and a rattle of chains, coming from inside the coffin itself. The lid is moving back. Push it closed, run back up the stairs, stay back. No, we need to face him. We'll just stay back. You hang back, watching, and that's when you see the ghostly figure emerging from one of the alcoves in the room. It is a death wraith, wielding a cruel hooked dagger and sliding mercilessly towards you. Death wraiths, like all ghosts, can only be harmed by weapons of silver, but it is quite capable of causing you harm. Oh man, I am glad that we found that bow and arrow attack. Right, is there anything I could do to aid my bow or anything? Let's just go for the arrow. You stagger back to clear enough space to ready your weapon. Attack with the silver chain! Oh, we got this ages ago. I could bind it, maybe. Oh my god, ooh. Yeah, we're doing that. Silver chain. Oh, you draw the chain from your pack and ready to swing. Wait. Hold up. I thought I would just throw it at it and it would bind it a bit like a bola. And then I could shoot it with my... Oh. Okay, I'm now holding the chain in my hand, wielding it like a weapon. And look at my puny attack power. I can only manage 5? Oh, this is not good. This is not good. Okay. There's no way I can counter it, so it's probably coming at me fast, so defend. Yeah, 8.4. The death wraith drifts forward, one hand reaching for your neck, the other holding its blade aloft. It howls with icy rage as it approaches, knife outstretched. You gather your wits and drop into a defensive crouch. You turn most of the blow, then adjust your grip and try to settle your nerves. Right, let's see what it's made of. Full power, 5. Ooh, it went for 4.4. The chill of the tomb is all around you as you seize the moment to strike. You charge forward, and the death wraith's knife is easily turned. It reaches out with long, skeletal fingers. "I will come for your blood," it hisses. "I will suck you dry." I'm sorry, Dark Wraith. The Death Wraith, I can't take you seriously after you say that. Good lord. Could have fought it there. You stretch the chain between your two hands as the Death Wraith reaches out with its skeletal hand. Stone dust trickles from the roof of the crypt. It leans forward with crooked hands. "Your heart will be mine," the Wraith hisses. "It will stop." You ready your chain to strike, finding the Wraith's thin form. You whip the chain. You cut across his cruel blade, and the Wraith moves between the pillars into darkness. The Death Wraith shimmers for a moment, its skull mask seeming to slip. Right. I think it's winding up for something big, so... Ooh, yeah. You drop back. The Death Wraith wails and sings as it slashes its blade backwards and forwards. You parry in a flash of sparks and metal. You breathe out heavily. It reaches out with hooked bony fingers. "I can taste your life," the creature wails. "I am hungry." Well, eat this. You secure your chance to attack. You power at the Wraith. With a final strike, the creature wails and moans and seems to vanish in on itself. The air is suddenly a little warmer. So speaking of all this innuendo and ghosts and chains, I want to maybe ruin the concept of ghosts for you forever. So imagine you're in medieval times and you're living in a small house with your parents and all that. Imagine in the middle of the night you hear moaning and the rattle of chains. What would a parent in that age actually explain and make up to the kid to explain that? And also, don't think too hard about what ectoplasm is, okay? This is probably how the ghost idea began, right? It just... I will not elaborate further. Continue. You stagger back, gasping against the wall of the crypt. But then there is a creaking sound that makes you look back at the coffin. It has opened and a figure is rising up. Okay, I want to be on good terms with Shinva. We'll wait. You watch as the figure takes shape. A very old man and no monster. "Stranger," he declares in a quavering voice, his throat thick with dust and cobwebs. "I am in a great debt to you. Now at last can my soul die in peace. Tell me quickly before I am lost. How may I repay you?" You stare in amazement. This must be the fifth noble, Lord Shinva himself. Let's get my reward. You step forward to greet the apparition. "I have come to find out about the North Gate." "You come looking in a strange place then," the old man replies. "The only gate down here leads to the underworld, and I have been denied it for a very long time." The old man is visibly crumbling in front of you. "But you are Lord Shinva?" The old man nods. "I am, or I was. Once the fifth noble of the city, would you believe?" He smiles without humor, only the ghost of a smile. "And you? Who are you?" "I am from Analand." Shinva raises a dusty eyebrow. Analand? What interest does Analand have in the ways of Kare? His eyes are piercing and shrewd despite there being no light or soul behind them. I travel to the Backlands. I see. So you need to pass through the North Gate, and for that you must know the spell. Perhaps you know it already. No, do you know it? I need to know which order the lines go in. I do not know. I know one line, Shinra replies. One lock made of golem's hide. I wish you luck finding the others. But tell me, what lies in the Backlands that Analand could want? Mampain and the Crown of Kings. Shinra looks startled. The crown? What of the crown? It has been stolen. He looks deeply troubled. Then today is a good day to die. The Crown of Kings is an ancient object, you understand, from a time when the world was young and great forces stalked the land. Forces too great for such as we are today. Powers that could shape beings and minds with the slightest whim, and mold the land and sea to their will. Do you understand what the crown does? It provides influence, it allows control. It is nothing just a symbol. We've heard others say that the crown can make a competent army out of farmers and will an entire group to just walk into the sea. It allows control. That is the simplest way to say it, I suppose, though it is much more than that. Only once was I in the power of the crown. He shudders. As it passed from Lendolin to Bryce, I was an envoy at the court when it arrived. It has the power to turn your will to another's without you knowing that it is happening. You see the power of that? No one under the influence of the crown can ever revolt, as they do not understand that they are in servitude. Trickles of dust rain down from the roof of the crypt. What can you tell me of the Backlands? Very little. Oh, but I remember one couplet told to me in my crib. Will you hear it? Please. For sleeping of the sleepless ram, seek out the one they call the sham. Shinva shakes his ancient head. I could not tell you what the sleepless ram is, but perhaps it is advice, and not mere nonsense. Okay, we have a cryptic clue to carry with us forward to Chapter 3, or Act 3, rather. Find the sham for the sleeping ram. Or the sleepless ram. To put the sleepless ram to sleep. Okay, farewell, old man. Farewell, stranger. May your life and fate be better than mine. Oh, listed in the keys section of my inventory. Okay, not my notes, my keys. Finally, with a withered finger, he directs your attention to a gnarled rope that hangs down in one corner of the room. That controls the trap on the door. On the door, he declares with a groan. Cut the rope. Oh, I got healed. You slash the rope with your sword. A heavy counterweight falls and shatters to the floor. Lord Shinva nods and drifts toward the coffin. I give the last of my life to you, he whispers, as he lies back into his grave. You feel a cold strength flood your veins, then turn quickly and make your way upstairs. Oh, that was nice of him. The door at the far end of the mausoleum is open. Let's get out of here. You return through the open door to the path, still shivering from your meeting with the ghost. I hope I'll jump over this ring of mushrooms. Oh, okay. You avoid the rain of mushrooms as you leave. Outside, night is falling, and things are stirring between the moaning trees. You would do well not to linger here. Something scurries across your foot and is gone. Mouse friend. Okay. Let's look at what we have for the note. Theta's line is first. By Korga's grace and Forga's pride, one lock made of Golem's hide. Okay, that rhymes, so maybe this is line number 2. And Loreg's line, tumblers 2 sealed deep inside. Oh, hold on. That might make more sense as the second line. Okay, let's see. By Korga's grace and Forga's pride, tumblers 2 sealed deep inside. One lock made of Golem's hide. Oh, dude, that's it. That's the order. I swear to God. The fourth one, though. The fourth one must rhyme with this. The other lock made of something. Dude, maybe I could brute force this with my 3 lines. Yo. So, we need to find Lord Molus. Molus is a living corpse that haunts the people, but God, I feel like we've been down every street, haven't we? I'm not sure we went down this main thoroughfare. Yeah, we didn't go through here either, I don't think. Went through here, around here, we went around here. I don't think we went through this path, that was a direct line. God, a corpse. I'm trying to think of anywhere we never went to. Oh man. This is weird. Maybe we'll be lucky and we'll run into it on our way. Okay, let's try. You follow the path gratefully and make your way to the far side of the graveyard. Beside the gate is a disused well, perhaps once used to draw water to wash the bodies before interment. Pull up the bucket. You turn the winch on the side of the well, drawing up the bucket from beneath. It comes to the top, filled with clear water. Is this as fresh as the water from the other fountain you tried? Drink from the bucket? Oh, hell yeah. You scoop a handful of water and taste it. Despite your surroundings, it is fresh and quite clear. You feel much better for it. Oh, nice. Right. The rear gate of the graveyard hangs from its hinges, but not from age. It seems it has been taken apart, maybe widened even, to let something through. Beyond is deep forest. You walk for half an hour through thick trees along a narrowing track, until you reach a fork in the road. To the left, the track gets narrower still. To the right, a massive shadow looms, so large it seems as though a colossus has seated itself on the wall in thought. A chill wind blows through you, as though ghosts walk back and forth this way. Check the compass. Taking out the compass, you take a bearing. It turns wildly before settling to point to the left road through the trees. Okay, the compass is not completely reliable, but it's saying here that my goal is not in the ziggurat. The shadow to the right has a jagged silhouette. It is a ziggurat with perhaps 100 steps leading to its apex. Night is drawing in. You should get moving. Things whisper between the trees. Dude, there's no way I can't explore this. We're going. You stand at the base of a towering ziggurat built from carved stone blocks, each the size of a hay bale. The temple rises higher than the city wall and positioned to catch the first star of evening at its uppermost point, a moment which has just passed. Look for an opening. You tilt your head back, looking for an opening, and finally make one out. A small black dot, about a third of the way up, but even that is quite some climb. For less devoted worshippers, a small gargoyle up by the steps has an open mouth, ready to accept offerings. Look at the gargoyle. The gargoyle is carved in the shape of a small but spiky dog, with long claws, sharp horns, and a pointy beard. Its mouth is wide open and its tongue lolls out, with a coin-shaped slot at the back of its throat. I could stand to drop in a single gold piece. You slide a gold piece into the gargoyle's mouth. For a moment, nothing happens. Then it appears to swallow, and next, it opens its stone eyelids to reveal two crisp and beautiful eyes. Look into its eyes. Looking into the gargoyle's eyes fills you with a sense of calm and peace. The eyes close after a moment, but the sense of well-being remains. Or did you just imagine that the gargoyle moved? Let's start climbing up. You begin the climb, hauling yourself up the first step. Either this ziggurat was built for giants, or ascending it is an act of devotion. The next few steps are equally exhausting. You have to throw your pack up first and follow. Oh, hell nah. Built for giants, eh? I see it. Big. Grow in size. You cast the spell, swelling to 3 times your size. You are now able to run up the stairs. But the scale quickly changes. It seems the builders of the pyramid created an optical illusion, and the later steps are not as high as the lower ones. The change is so gradual that you hardly notice as the spell fades. You reach a halfway point, almost as high as the city wall beyond, and pause to rest. You are halfway up. Friezes of gargoyles and polished metals ring the temple on this level. And look at the view. You pause to take in the view. From this side of the ziggurat you can see nothing but the top of the wall, and beyond, the gleaming darkness of the marshes of the backlands. Walk around to the north face. You move around to the north face. You can see the path ahead, running straight between wild and overgrown trees. It seems very few people come this way anymore. The north gate itself is now visible, however, and appears deserted. Then you notice a point of light. A torch has been lit between the trees. Oh, watch the torches. You watch as the torches move through the trees towards the path. They're making slow progress, but they are moving towards the graveyard and presumably from there on into town. The wind claws at you, trying to pull you to earth. Interesting. Let's climb higher. You continue the wary climb to the first level of the ziggurat. You climb for another 20 minutes up the steep stone steps until you are gasping and panting for breath once more. But finally you reach the dark opening that you saw from the base of the temple. The steps themselves continue up a little further still to the very peak of the temple. Look in the opening. The opening is guarded by rock-sculptured images of unimaginable creatures. Beyond, you see a long, dark hallway with something large and gleaming at the far end. Oh man, I want to explore both. Let's do this first. You step into the temple. The hollow space amplifies your footsteps, and they echo eerily for several moments. On the floor, in gilt inlay, is written the name of the god who inhabits the space. It seems that this is the ziggurat of Korga the Gracious. Okay. Korga is one of the names intoned in the Northgate spell. Interesting. Wait and listen. You wait for a few heartbeats to see if you have disturbed anything. Nothing happens, and then you catch the tail of a gigantic snake slithering across the floor and disappearing into a crack in one wall. From the markings along its back, it looks highly poisonous. Oh, drink my snake antidote. Don't you want to do that after you're bitten? We'll just go inside. Oh. Okay. You enter the temple, but the snake still manages to catch you by surprise, launching itself from a crack in the ceiling behind you. Okay, this thing is weak. Look at that attack power and its low stamina. Let's counterattack. Overpower it completely. Oh, what? It launched itself at me, but it was guarding? The temple snake snaps and hisses at the air between you. You swing out wildly, hoping to chop it in two, as it slivers away around a pillar out of reach. It lifts up, baring its mighty fangs, dripping with poison. Okay, here we go. Pathetic. The temple snake is retreating, but you give chase. You cleave the air with your sword. With a weird scream that echoes around the cold stone, the snake dies, its head crashing to the floor. You wipe your sword clean and wait for the violent echoes of the fight to fade away. Then you go further in. The sight of the shrine takes your breath away. The walls are decorated with brightly colored murals depicting scenes from the religious mythology of Kare. Fine ornaments and precious metals are set into alcoves around the pews, and rich woven tapestries cover every surface. A cunning trick of architecture catches the wind past the doorway and creates a constant ethereal humming, as though a crowd of monks sat in permanent meditation inside. Oh, that's all cool. I can't help but notice that these are circles. I don't like that there are circles. At the far end of the hallway, 4 large stone gargoyles of winged demons watch over the shrine from mounts high up in the eaves, guarding the altar, on which a gigantic idol squats. Korga himself. It is a life-sized version of the model of Korga you saw in the abandoned house yesterday. Eh? Oh! That's right! In Theta's mansion. That's right! Hold on, we just saw notes for that. Hold on. Korga's 3 eyes. The ritual of Korga involves his 3 eyes, the left, right, and the 3rd eye in his forehead. The Shrine of Slain. Wait, no, this is Korga, not Slain. Okay, the shrine is located between the well and the docks in Lower Kare. Oh. Okay, the Shrine of Slain would be... Let's see. Here. It would be right here, I think. Oh, looks like we already went there, but okay. Let's see. Alright, we move forward. Approach the altar. You walk up towards the altar, across a richly patterned carpet. Something about it gives you pause. Its surface is decorated with wide symbols that seem too deliberate to be accidental. Avoid the star shapes. Avoid the circles. Avoid the spirals. Cast a spell, just walk across, turn back. Yeah, no, avoid the circles. You walk up to the altar, stepping carefully around the circle in the carpet, and reach the altar steps without incident. Nice. You stand before the idol, a fat statue set with gems and curious pockmarked features. Above his head is a plaque that bears an inscription. Yo. Read it. It reads, "On Korga's face you kiss a cross and finish with the lips. For answers to your questions you must err not, else he spits." You step nervously up the steps until you are below the great statue. You consider the idol. It is the same as the statuette in the abandoned house, except that had blue dots painted on its 2 eyes, its 3rd eye in the forehead, and on its lips. So, would that be left eye, then right eye, then 3rd eye, then lips? Or would that be right eye, left eye, 3rd eye, lips? You make a cross pattern. But which eye is first? I think we can safely say then that the 3rd eye is always the 3rd step and the lips are always the final step, but which of the normal eyes is the first? Right to left or left to right? Okay, we'll try it. Kiss the idol. You stand on tiptoes and lean in, preparing to kiss the statue. But where? Does the humming in the temple seem to be getting louder? Pray for guidance. Kiss the idol's forehead. Left eye, right eye, nose, lips. Okay, we'll try left to right. Left. Right. Forehead. Lips. Finally, you lean low and kiss the idol's lips. As you straighten once more, you see the idol's eyes flick open. A soft voice issues from its mouth. Stranger, you are not of my faith, whispers the god, and yet you have completed my ritual. How can that be? I have used my wits. The god laughs softly. My brother Pashna is the god of thieves and tricksters, but you are in my temple today. My reward is to answer one question. But I am the God of grace, and I require my followers to show grace, and you have not. I can see all, remember, I am a god, and I see that you have committed murder, a council guard. So I deny you my aid as you have denied others their lives. His voice rises from a gentle whisper to a rolling thunder that echoes around the walls. Now leave, or I will repay you in kind. Well, shit. Okay. God. Oh. He sees all, man. We really could have asked for a line. We really could have, probably. Oh my god. Oh, gee. Man. Okay, I have to wonder if he can see across timelines. Let's pray he doesn't. I am not one to argue with a deity. Let's leave. You don't need a second warning. You turn and hurry out of the temple before the god can exact revenge. Okay, that was interesting. You're back by the opening in the temple. Well, maybe we can salvage this. Let's head for the top. You turn back to the steps and climb higher, all the way to the top of the ziggurat. Night has fallen. Stars spread across the sky in a peaceful repose that belies their true nature. Warring spirits tussling for control of the world below. Look at the view. You look back out across the city. In the far distance, you see torches in the woods towards the north gate. Looking back, you see the lights of Kare coming on and the shouts of revelers, drunks, and nighttime thieves. Kare has no idea what is coming. Look at the stars. With your head tilted back, you can see more stars than you ever have seen in this city. Perhaps you are above the level of the lights and the smog and the dust. Or perhaps more stars choose to cluster here around this sacred site. If you were a true mage and not a mere sorcerer, who knows what spells one could weave at a spot like this? The icy wind chills you to the bone. Try to fashion a spell? You lean back and look up, trying to recognize the stars from your studies. Interesting. Okay, what do we got here? P? Oh my god. P-A-K? Unknown? Unknown! What do you mean unknown? P-A-R? Unknown? P-U-R? Unknown. P-U-K, I could make a spell of vomiting, maybe. Okay. P-E-R. Per. L-A-R. Okay. It seems these might always end in K or R. Lur. Lek. Luck. L-U-K. Luck? Maybe. L-U-K. I like that. T. Tech. Tar. Tech. Attack. I like luck. I like luck. Hold on. I actually want to check my spell book, actually. Hold on here. I want to see if luck isn't already a spell, though. Gak? Wait. God. Oh, man. Kin? Pep Rock? Is there anything for luck already? I wish these were sorted by alphabetical. Let's see. Anything luck. We're looking for luck. I'm checking to make sure it's not already a thing. No. Okay. Let's try my chances here. L-U-K. You fashion the stars into alignment, and an enchantment is created. You feel a strange force entering your bones as though you were growing stiff, and you begin to shake. Something has happened to you, but what? What effect will it have? And how long will it last? You have found one of the secret spells of the Temple of Korga. Okay. I have a luck spell on me now, maybe. Maybe? The view is quite wondrous, but your journey beckons. You start the long climb back down the ziggurat once more. Is there, like, anything on my stats? Magical items? Weapons? Treasure. Rations? Other items? Keys. Clues? Yeah, no, I whatever it happened, we'll just have to figure it out later. Wow, that's cool. You return to the opening in the temple. Alright, climb back down. The climb back down is easier going. Halfway down, you pause to rest. Look at the view. The thick trees are still lit by torchlight, and you hear the distant baying of wolves. Maybe we should wait a bit longer. Half an hour passes, nothing changes except the sky grows colder and the wind picks up, cutting through your cloak. Okay, just a bit longer. You settle down to wait on one of the stone steps, watching as the line of torches fans out through the trees and marches slowly forwards. As some disappear, new ones are lit, but eventually, after the sun is finally gone and the stars come up above you, the trees around the north gate are inky blank, and there is no light except for a single flame on the gate itself. The way through the forest should now be clear. Ah, man, I wonder if that was a good idea. I don't know. The mud underfoot is stamped with footprints, and in between them the prints of many paws. Ooh. Yeah, I don't like that. Let's keep going. You walk between clawing trees and thick bushes. The north gate is finally in sight. You can see its imposing, ornately carved wooden doors over the top of the guard huts and low buildings that lie at the end of this road. Look at the guard huts. You pause to watch the guard huts. They seem quite still. One has a hole in its roof. Weed grows through the chimney of another. Are they abandoned? But between here and there is a lawn road, lined by thick and gloomy trees, a patch of wild forest like you haven't seen since the hills. Let's just go cautiously. You make your way slowly forward, trying to ensure your feet do not crunch too loudly on the gravel. Something is keeping pace with you just behind the tree line, stalking you. Stop and look. Oh, hello. You stop and turn to look into the trees. There is the faintest flicker of a gleam, and that is all the warning you get. A wild bristle beast leaps out from the trees and knocks you down. You scramble for your sword. Okay, this thing's a bit more powerful than the snake. Alright, let's overpower it. The bristle beast bares its teeth, and the spines on its back spike up. You swing your sword like an axe, hoping to prune the creature. The beast lashes out with its claws, but it cannot defend itself from your force. The bristle beast's scales explodes with thick blood. Might be going for something stronger now. Nope. You batter at the bristle beast, charging forward across the dirt, sword biting for blood, as it tries to bash your back. The beast dribbles and cries in a pitiful wail. Let's defend. You drop your guard low. The bristle beast swings its head, biting and snapping. You turn the blow with your sword. Then its spines bend. It is about to do something, but what? I don't think I can overpower its full might. Let's defend. Oh. You keep your sword raised, expecting to be rushed. The bristle beast hunkers down too. Overpowered again. Readying your sword, you attack. Backed up against a tree, you can barely swing your sword, but you muster all your strength as the bristle beast swings its head, only to catch your blade more deeply. The beast hisses and rattles its spine, clearly weakening. Finish it. You best the bristle beast again, cutting it down. With a final swing, you bury your blade deep into the bristle beast. It twists on the metal, then curls up like an overheated beetle and dies. Make me say bristle beast one more time, I swear to God. The night air falls silent once more. You continue on quickly through the trees. Okay. The north gate. You have reached the north gate once more. The ground is empty still. The goblins have not yet risen. Off to one side is a well, but there is no other cover. Wasting no time, you stride over to the gate. You reach the other side of the clearing unscathed and stand below the enormous doors. It's time. Let's try it. Recite the spell. You knock firmly on the door until you wake the voice within. Do you know the spell to open the gate, it intones? Okay. By Korga's grace and Forga's pride, tumblers too sealed deep inside. One lock made of golem's hide. You stand back to see what effect your lines have had. The voice has gone silent. I can't even guess. Crap. Look around. You look around towards the well. It is crawling with figures, long claws and flashing swords, and hunched bodies scrabbling in the dirt. Goblins. It looks like the army under the city have chosen this moment to attack. Then the voice booms out. Incorrect, this door is sealed. The rest of it plays out exactly as you recall. In the midst of the bloodshed, the ghost appears, beckoning to you. Son of a... It seems you were not successful, the wizard remarks. Will you try again? Are you willing to give up the search now? Abandon Carre? Continue the search? Well, here we go. I will try again, you tell him. This time, the wizard advises you, choose your path with care. Once again, the wizard begins the spell and you feel yourself drawn into the air. Okay, I can choose anywhere I want to go, huh? There's a chance Molus could be here or in here. I never checked those, did I? Oh, man. I think I might want to go back to the start before we even entered the city. And I could rely on the compass. I think that's the most sensible option. The second time is no more pleasant than the first. The pain builds and then you explode outwards, teeth and skull and limbs flying in all directions. The city port below looms large, swallowing you like a dark mouth. And then you are awake again. You are back on the pass outside Carre, in the twilight. It is as though the last 2 days had not occurred, except that you now know the layout of the city and the whole matter of the spell lines. Walk on. Okay. And there's Thomas, or whatever his name was. Okay. Our stamina was permanently lowered again. We're now at 18 as our max. This is starting to hurt. So, we have Theta's line. We have Sansas' lines. We have Shinva's line. We need to find Molus. Molus is a living corpse haunting the city. As best as I can recall, we have seen nothing to indicate where he is. This is very, very troubling. Cripes. So there's a lot we can do now. We can buy something from the Dwarf Town vendor if we do find our way going that way. Though honestly, I might just go through this main thoroughfare, maybe. I don't know. I just don't friggin' know. I can do all the shenanigans with the gold below the statue. I can sell my legendary sword for a profit, then go buy a replacement. I can get a third sun jewel? And then there's Flanker. You know what? Technically speaking, going into the inn with Flanker is completely optional. I could just not go in there and by default not have a chance to play Swindlestones with him, thereby securing my ownership of him for a while longer yet. That'd be a pretty big dick move, but I might end up doing that. I might just ignore Flanker on this run. So, the reality of this is that I'm probably going to be running through a lot of familiar things we've already seen in this playthrough. So for the remainder of Act 2, I might be doing more... Well, I might just start doing jump cut edits ahead to new stuff. It would be really nice if next video I could end Act 2. I could just make a big supercut of all the new things I run into. And I could end the video with me arriving at the North Gate with Molus's line. I could open the North Gate. And I could save the city from the goblins, apparently. I don't know exactly how that's going to work, but... man, okay. Well... God, this game, this visual novel is just enrapturing. I friggin' love this. This adventure is great. Maybe that luck spell I finagled from the top of the ziggurat will come in handy. We don't know. Anyway, I'm Zephyr the Jester. This has been more Sorcery. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll catch you next time. So until then, please take care.